What's up, everybody? Happy Sunday. I had a revelation as I've been trying to process these last 6 months with, the whole heart transplant thing and all. But I realized something that I'm not afraid to die. As crazy as that sounds. And it comes from basically, so what landed me in the hospital this time was I basically had another heart attack on October 28th. Just standing in the kitchen, and all of a sudden I felt a hot flash, and to the point where I needed to sit down. And once I sat down, I broke out into like a crazy sweat, like somebody just dropped a bucket of water on me. And fortunately my mom was there, so she called 911, and I can hear the paramedics coming because, fortunately, we live close to the fire department. So as this is happening, like my head is getting heavy. Like when you really sleepy and you're trying to hold your head up and it's doing that, is that jerk move. And so that's what was starting to happen. And my mom started freaking out because she's like, no, keep your head up. And I'm like, Mom, my head is so heavy. Like, I'm tired. I just want to go to sleep. No, 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 no. Don't go to sleep. Don't go to sleep. Right. And I'm just like, I actually scooted down in the chair so I can put my head, rest my head, like go to sleep. And so she's like, no, no, don't do that. Don't do that. So the paramedics come, and they're saying the same thing. Man, keep your head up, keep your head up. And I'm just going, man, I'm so tired. My head is heavy. I just want to go to sleep. And he was like, no, you don't want to go to sleep. If you go to sleep, that's not going to be good. And I'm like, man, I'm just so tired. Like, so the next thing I remember is pulling up to the emergency room. But at this point, like, I don't remember now. I'm just alert now. Like, hey, what's the big deal? And so they're kind of looking at me like, okay, so I get into the ICU. They check me out. I'm sitting there. I'm just kind of like, all right, cool. The episode is over. I feel fine. I want to go home. And so they're like, yeah, we're gonna keep you overnight for observation. Blah blah blah. So the paramedic comes in, and he said, hey, bro, how are you? I said, man, I'm fine. Like, what's the big deal? He said, man, you flatlined on the way to the hospital. I flatlined? He said, yeah, we had to paddle you to bring you back. We had to put the shock on you. And I said, really? And he goes, yeah. You didn't feel it? I said, no. He goes, man, you lucky because you let out a hell of a yell. And I was like, damn, okay, like, this shit is crazy. So it's one thing, like conceptually, we understand that we're not these bodies, right? Like, we're a spirit having a human existence. And that's so easy to say, right? But when you're going through that, it's hard to hang on to, I'm not this body, because we're so connected to it, right? And as I had a chance to think about it, because I basically stayed in the hospital since then until a heart became available January 31st. And I won't bore you with all the details at this particular video. But I just was like, yo, if I had went to sleep, like basically I would have died. And what's crazy was I was okay with that. Like, I think the fatigue was from the years of having to deal with this situation. I was just tired of dealing with it, physically tired, mentally tired, emotionally tired. And I just wanted to go to sleep. And I remember thinking, if this is death, I'm okay with it because I'm just tired. It don't hurt. I'm just sleepy. And not to confuse that with I'm ready to die, but I'm not afraid of it. Like, I'm okay with whatever happens. And I remember when I was younger, I used to be so scared of death. And then when my father passed away of a heart attack, like I even was even more frightened. And then you get older and you mature and you read and you study and you realize that death for the person who died is not really that bad. And what I mean by that is they only die once, right? And you hope that it's not painful but they only die once. But for the living, they die every day. Like my dad has died 10,000 times in my mind because I keep reliving the episode. But he only died once. He's free. And I remember in that moment, I was like, man, like I could just go to sleep and be done with this and not have to deal with this. Like, I don't want this to be the rest of my life, is dealing with my heart. So like I said, I flatlined on the way over there. They brought me back and I just wondered, like, okay, what was that time space between flatlining and coming back? Like, it was probably seconds in our time, real time. But spiritually, I wonder how much time it was. Because was it like my spirit left my body and something, God, the universe, whatever you want to call it, told me, no, it's not time, go back? You know what I mean? Or it could be nothing, you know what I mean? But it was like just the idea of death. Like the fear, it's like, and that's what stops us in most situations, just fear of something, because we don't know what the outcome will be, the fear of the unknown. There's a phrase that people will deal with a known hell than an unknown heaven. And I think that's what, frightens a lot of people. But like at this point, man, as grateful as I am to still be alive, and I'm gonna cherish and value this heart, like I'm not afraid to die. Like it's more about fighting for people that are still here. My mom, my family, close friends. Like in the back of your mind, you're kind of like, okay, like, I want to go to sleep, but I can't give up, but I'm not afraid to go. You know what I mean? Like it's just so many thoughts in seconds. And to still be here, and I'll talk about the hospital stay, some other time, because that was brutal. Brutal. But I just want to say, like, man, I appreciate people shouting me out. Hey, man, you so strong. You the strongest person I know. I don't know anybody that could deal with the shit that you're dealing with and still come out with the attitude. And I said, you know what, man? When I had the heart attack, like, I thought it was my doing that I survived because I was in shape. I exercised, I ate decent. I didn't abuse my body. It was almost like I was preparing for this event and it happened and I survived. So I was like, yeah, I did that. And then, but it didn't improve my situation. So, then I had to have a surgery. Okay, because I'm going to make this thing better. And then the surgery fails and then you have another surgery. Now you're kind of like, shit, okay, so this is just what I'm going to be dealing with. And then to find a space where you can exist, like it's not 100%, but I'm still able to do what I want to do. I can work, I can exercise, play my little golf, right? And then to have another heart attack. It's like, man, Brooklyn couldn't do anymore. I'm physically tired. Like all my strength is used up. So in that moment, it was like Brooklyn is done. I done gave all I can to this situation. I'm tired. I want to go to sleep. So I say that to say, for me to get through this situation, man, like it's nothing but God. So I take no credit because I was done. I would have took the long nap, I would have took the dirt nap and been okay with it. Brooklyn was done. God was like, no, you're not. I'm not done with you yet. And so I'm still here trying to process this whole crazy journey that I've been on. And, you know, I'm still trying to process this thing. So, you know, I really don't know where I'm going with it, but it just hit me. I was like, yo, like, I'm really not afraid to die. Like, I have no fear anymore because this is something that I can't control. And I'm like, yo, God, you got the wheel. I no longer fight you for the steering wheel because that's what we do. When shit is going well, I got this guy. And then we get in some trouble. All right, man, you take the wheel. It's like, all right, shit's rolling good again. All right, give me the wheel back. It's like, you know what, man? You got it. I don't even feel like driving no more. So I just wanted to share that. I hope everybody's having a great day. Hope this doesn't bring anybody down, but it's just as I work my way through this whole experience, like these revelations are coming up, and I'm like, man, I'm not afraid to die. You know, and it don't mean being frivolous and just going out there looking for it. You know what I mean? So I'm not ready to die, but I'm not afraid of it. Like I truly believe there's something else beyond, and because I've dodged so many bullets, it can't be me. It can't be me. Because how many people we know that have gotten sick, had a heart attack, just dropped dead? I done had 2 heart attacks, 2 open heart surgeries, and actually 3 open heart surgeries, and the third one being a heart transplant. And I done passed out a couple of times. So it's not me at this point. So, you know, yeah. Have a good day, y'all.